Hello, it's Jessica, and today's video is a life update about my short trip over to the States to see my friends and family. But first, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe, and if you like my video, put a thumbs up. Also, if you want to be updated whenever I post a video, click the bell button below. Okay, now that that's done, let's move on. I left, my flight was leaving on February 2nd from Korea, Seoul International Airport to Minneapolis Airport on February 2nd. So the process of getting to the airport from my apartment to the airport took a couple hours because I had to take the taxi to the train station, and then I got a KTX train from Mokpo to Seoul Station. And that's where, when I arrived in Seoul Station, I met up with one of my friends who I've mentioned before. She lives up in Seoul. She's also a teacher. And we plan to visit home together at the same time and be plane buddies. So I met up with her, and she also had her cat that she was taking back to the States. So we all had our luggages from the Seoul station. We had to get on a subway to get to the airport. So it was a struggle taking all of our luggages. We both had 2 suitcases and a bag, as well as my friend had her cat in a bag, a carry-on. So it was fun. But we arrived to the airport early. Found out our flight was delayed 2 hours. So we had enough time to get everything done, getting the cat figured out, getting our luggage and everything. And in the airport, it was really intense because of the coronavirus right now. There was tons of questions about visiting China, how long you've been in Korea, and I think the virus situation might have caused all of the delays. So a lot of flights were delayed. And a lot of people had their flights canceled / rescheduled because they had a layover in China or a layover in a city with a lot of cases in the States. So a lot of people had to get that taken care of that were on our flight. They were canceled because of previous things regarding the coronavirus. So that was interesting. My friend and I were kind of eavesdropping on all the conversations because we wanted to make sure that our flight was okay, that we were going to be able to get to our destination. And in the end of the day, we were able to do it. We got on the plane, everything was fine. It ended up being a 2.5-hour delay instead of a 2-hour. So that was nice. I also was chosen to get extra security check before getting on the plane. So I was put into one of the first people to get on the plane because we had to get the extra security check, which is like they took our shoes off, they pulled our shirts up to like mid-waist to check everything. There was like some kind of swab that they did on our heels with some chemical strip or something. Also rechecked our baggage and checked our shoes, like the soles and everything. So it was fun, but I was stressed out, but in the end it was fine. So yeah, we got on the plane, we got to Minnesota, and FYI, Minnesota has a lot of cases in the States. It's one of the cities with a lot of cases. I was told that's because we have the Mayo Clinic there, so there's a lot of people that goes to the Mayo Clinic to study the virus. That's what I was told. So that's that. So we arrived, went our separate ways with our families, and on to part 2 of the story of my life update. While I was in the States, I met with like I said, my family and friends. I'm in Minnesota. My hometown in Minnesota is St. Cloud. So I went to St. Cloud and I met with a couple of friends. I bought a new phone and watch. I got the new Samsung smartwatch here, as well as the new Note 10 Plus phone. So I got that. That's the biggest things for purchases, I guess. I also got a PS2 so I can play my American games. But yeah, while I was there, I met up with one of my friends who also has a YouTube channel. She recently had this beautiful baby. Her name's Luna. And I met up with her and her boyfriend and the baby, and I gave some gifts that I was really excited to give, and I'm really happy that they liked it. Also, my friend had recorded that day. That was her vlog day, so I'll go ahead and put her video down in the links. I believe her YouTube channel's name is ThaoRice Family. But again, I'll put her link down below for that video. Go check out her channel. She has nice and fun videos, and she's such a fun and crazy person. So, perfect. But yeah, I met up with her, gave her some gifts you can check out. She recorded a little bit of our interaction at the end of the hanging out time. Afterwards, I went back to I met up with her in the cities, and then I went back to St. Cloud. My mom and my sister had told me there was a secret surprise for my visit, and this to not plan anything from Wednesday late afternoon to Friday night, possibly Saturday morning, and found out the secret as we were leaving Minnesota. Driving, we went to Indiana to see my family, some of my family members. During the trip there, I was busy talking with my mom and my sister and her friend who also went with us. So I didn't record a lot, but as well as when I was interacting with friends and family, I didn't want to really put that up yet. I'm not quite comfortable with recording in social situations. But anyways, on the way back from Indiana to Minnesota, I recorded some videos, and I'll go ahead and put some of that in here just to show what Indiana / Minnesota and the states in between looked like at this time. So again, here are the video clips of that. So that was my trips from Indiana to Minnesota, back to Minnesota. My last day, my last real day in Minnesota was that Saturday, and I treated my family. I gave them all a certain amount of money to buy things that they want, since I've missed so many birthday parties and Christmases and everything. There's kind of all of it combined. So that's pretty much all I did was Saturday, was just hang out with my family. And then Sunday was the day, Sunday morning, I left St. Cloud to go up to Minneapolis airport, and it was a blizzard that morning, so that was nice. It was snowing crazily. My mom and I almost had a car accident because the person in front of us cut us off, and there was so much snow on the ground, the plows hadn't went through yet, so there was no traction or anything for us to brake quick. So we ended up swerving, going through 3 lanes, and then going back to where the lane we were, because we were on the highway. So that was an emotional time. But everything was fine. I also did some video clips of that, and let me just show you what that looked like here. Yeah, so the weather was crazy over there. It was intense, it was cold, it was snowy, it was just too much. Reminded me of why it's so nice to be in Korea during the winter time. So anyways, that was the video clips from St. Cloud to the airport on that Sunday, the 9th. And yeah, I went to the airport, met up with my friend who we traveled to Minnesota together. We were traveling back to Korea at the same time as well. And yeah, we got on the airplane. We ended up having like a 3-hour delay because of the weather while we were stuck in the plane. So that was interesting. I ended up watching a full movie during that time before we even lifted into the air. So that was great. And yeah, we made it safely to Korea. On arrival, I was 2 days beforehand, I was told through email and Facebook group chat by my boss, like the boss of my program, one of the bosses of my whole program, not my principal, but my program boss, that any foreigner teachers who had traveled outside of Korea within this whole time, no matter what country you went to, once you arrived back in Korea, you would have 14 days of quarantine, starting date of arrival. So that just means I've been stuck home for almost 2 weeks. It's almost done. I've only been able to go outside to get groceries, and when I do that, I need to wear a mask just to be safe because of the coronavirus. But I'm almost done with that, and I can start going to work. Unfortunately, semester is about to start. The school year is about to start soon. So that's nice. But yeah, and that's pretty much my whole life update so far. In my previous video, I did a hair dye video, and this is the result. It's definitely mellowed out a little bit more. When I first saw it after it was done, it was really like bright and almost like orangish at the top, but I think now it's pretty good. And if I wash it a couple more times, I've only washed it once after that because I didn't want to dry out my hair too much. But yeah, wash it a couple more times and then the color will be what it's going to be. But yeah, so that's my life update so far. Hopefully you guys like the video. Again, if you like the video, put a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions, ideas, comments, anything about my videos, what I should record, go ahead and put that down below as well. I would love to respond to your messages and just see what everyone's thinking. But yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you. Have a